Hello, and welcome back. Today, we uncover a forgotten tragedy. The sinking of the RMS Lancastria on June 17, 1940, one of the deadliest maritime disasters in British history. Over 4,000 souls were lost that day, many of them soldiers whose names and faces have faded into silence. In this episode, we bring them back. Not with medals or monuments, but with memory. Using AI, we've reimagined the real faces of the men who went down with the ship. This is their story. Born 14th of February 1912, died 17th of June 1940. Born in Kilmarnock, Scotland, David Barry served in the Pioneer Corps, responsible for critical construction and defense work. Known for his sharp wit and steady hands, he often led small teams building fortifications under enemy threat. At age 28, he was among the men ordered to board the RMS Lancastria for evacuation from France. When the ship was bombed, David perished along with thousands. His name lives on a war memorial, but few know the quiet courage he carried. Born 6th August 1909, died 17th June 1940, Albert Garrett, from Wiltshire, served as a transport sergeant in the Royal Army Service Corps. He was known as the engine man among his crew, a logistics expert who never left a soldier stranded. He had survived several bombings before boarding the Lancastria. When the ship sank, Albert was lost at sea. He left behind a wife and 2 daughters. His name is carved in stone, but his story remains mostly untold. Born 20 December 1917, died 17th June 1940, Jesse Fenton of Nottingham enlisted in the Sherwood Foresters just after his 21st birthday. A cheerful, freckled young man with sandy blonde hair, he was fresh out of training when deployed to France. Assigned to a rear unit during the German advance, Jesse never saw major combat until the evacuation. He was last seen helping load supplies aboard the RMS Lancastria. He did not survive the bombing. His mother received a telegram, but never a body. Born 9th of March 19. Died 17th June 1940. Ronald York grew up in Derbyshire and joined the army to follow in his father's WWII footsteps. He was assigned to the Sherwood Foresters and became known for his marksmanship and discipline. At only 24, he had already earned the respect of his NCOs. When France fell, he was evacuated with his unit. He boarded the RMS Lancastria and was never seen again. His service, though brief, spoke volumes about duty and family tradition. Born 18th of May 1914, died 17th of June 1940, Reg Brown, a builder from Manchester, joined the Royal Engineers for his practical skills. Assigned to bridge repair and demolition, he worked under pressure to delay German advances. Fellow soldiers described him as quiet but impossible to rattle. He boarded the Lancastria during retreat operations and died when the ship was bombed. His engineering hands once built paths to safety. Ironically, he found none for himself. Born 27th of January 1911, died 17th of June 1940. John Smith's name may be common, but his life was not. From Birmingham, he joined the Royal Engineers at 25 and quickly rose to corporal. He specialized in explosives, leading small teams in bridge destruction to halt German tanks. Calm under pressure, he was a natural leader. He died aboard the RMS Lancastria, his death recorded in ledgers, but not in legend. Until now. Born 11 July 1915, died 17th of June 1940. William Jones was a stretcher bearer with the Royal Army Medical Corps. Hailing from Wales, he tended to wounded men under fire without hesitation. Known for his soft voice and strong back, he carried soldiers to safety even when shells burst around him. During the evacuation, he helped wounded comrades board the Lancastria, only to perish with them. His hands once saved lives. His story now asks to be remembered. Born 3rd of November 1910. Died 17th of June 1940. Thomas Williams, an RAF ground sergeant, worked on aircraft repairs in France during the Blitzkrieg. Born in Liverpool, he had a mechanical mind and a soldier's heart. As German forces closed in, he was ordered to evacuate. On board the Lancastria, he helped organize panicked passengers. Witnesses say he was last seen giving his life jacket to another. He died doing what he always did, fixing things and helping others first. Born 1 April 1913. Died 17th. June 1940, George Taylor, a quiet man from Kent, served in the Royal Pioneer Corps. He built trenches, moved supplies, and reinforced defenses across France. Not glamorous work, but vital. He was the kind of man who carried burdens without complaint. When the retreat came, he boarded the Lancastria. He never made it home. His name appears on no medal list, but thousands like him formed the skeleton of Britain's fighting force. Born 15 August 1908. Died 17th of June 1940, James Wilson was a logistics corporal, managing ammunition and fuel distribution for frontline units. A meticulous record keeper, he made sure no man lacked bullets or bread. From Leeds, he was a husband and father, and one of the few in his unit over 30. On the day of the Lancastria attack, he was coordinating last-minute cargo loading. He died where he worked, in the shadows of war, making sure others had what they needed. Born 19 May 1912. Died 17th of June 1940, born in Liverpool. Robert Johnson served as a driver and mechanic in the Royal Army Service Corps. His job was to keep military vehicles moving under combat pressure, a role that required grit and speed. A father of one, Robert was known for his reliability and sense of humor. During the evacuation of British forces from France, he boarded the RMS Lancastria with his supply unit. He perished when the ship was bombed and sunk. No official commendation followed. But to those who depended on his wheels turning, Robert was a silent lifeline. Born 28th of February 1907. Died 17th of June 1940. Edward Brown, from Nottinghamshire, was a seasoned combat engineer in the Royal Engineers. By 1940, he had already served 10 years, known for his ability to stay cool under fire. In France, he supervised demolition operations, blowing bridges to slow the German advance. When ordered to evacuate, he led his men calmly aboard the Lancastria. His body was never found. A veteran's veteran, Edward died in service as he had lived, without drama, without complaint, but never without purpose. Born 13th of September 1914, died 17th of June 1940. Charles Davis was a field medic from Bristol who joined the Royal Army Medical Corps in early 1939. Gentle in voice and precise in his work, Charles treated men under fire during the retreat to the French coast. Eyewitnesses later recalled him tending to 3 wounded soldiers on the Lancastria's deck in the moments before the ship was hit. He refused to board lifeboats, choosing to stay with the injured. Charles died as he lived, with compassion in action. He was 25. Born 10th of June 1910. Died 17th of June 1940. Henry Miller was an RAF corporal from Newcastle, tasked with maintaining ground communications in northern France. He was quick with Morse code and quicker to offer help when equipment broke down. His signals kept airfields linked during the chaos of retreat. On June 17th, he boarded the Lancastria with fellow airmen, his wireless set packed in a bag beside him. When the bombs fell, Henry was among the first reported missing. His messages once saved others, but no signal could save him. Born 4 April 1915. Died 17th June 1940. Arthur Moore came from a mining town in Wales and brought his strength to the Pioneer Corps. He laid sandbags, repaired trenches, and worked without rest during the final days of the French campaign. Described by friends as solid as rock, Arthur was 25 when he boarded the Lancastria. After the ship went down, his family received no body, only a note of condolence. Today, he is remembered not by medals, but by the work he did that held the front together. Born 29 November 1906, died 17th of June 1940. Alfred Clark was a logistics specialist with the Royal Army Ordnance Corps. He managed stockpiles of weapons and supplies for frontline troops. A stickler for order, he was said to be able to find a bolt or bullet blindfolded. During the retreat from France, he ensured munitions were either loaded or destroyed. His final act was to oversee transport crates aboard the Lancastria. He never made it back. But the war effort he supported couldn't have moved without him. Born 12th of December 1916, died 17th of June 1940. Frank Lewis, from Leeds, was a 23-year-old truck driver for the Royal Army Service Corps. The youngest of 4 brothers, he was called up just months before being shipped to France. He drove supply convoys under fire and rarely complained. He wrote home only about long roads and tired eyes. On June 17th, Frank boarded the Lancastria with half his company. His seat on that doomed deck was the last anyone saw of him. His name is remembered in quiet, handwritten letters from friends who made it home. Born 8th of August 1909, died 17th. June 1940, Harold Walker, from Essex, worked as a structural engineer before enlisting. His math and design skills proved critical to bridge construction and repair in the field. In France, he led efforts to rig explosive charges to deny bridges to German forces. He was known for triple-checking everything, even under fire. On board the Lancastria, he was last seen helping load tools in crates. His body was never recovered. But the bridges he helped build or destroy were stepping stones in the path to Allied survival. Born 21st July 1913, died 17th of June 1940. Ernest Hall was a medic from Yorkshire who never stopped moving. In field hospitals, dugouts, and roadside shelters, he treated wounds no one else dared look at. His service was defined not by headlines, but by the quiet words he gave to the dying. Ernest was last spotted administering morphine to a wounded corporal as chaos unfolded on the Lancastria's deck. He refused to leave. That choice cost him his life, but gave comfort in the final moments to others. Born 2nd February 1908, died 17th of June 1940, Stanley Allen served in the RAF as a technical sergeant for aircraft maintenance. Based near the French coast, he spent long hours repairing bombers damaged in air raids. Known for being meticulous and stoic, he rarely spoke, but always delivered. During the mass evacuation, he volunteered to assist in loading essential aircraft parts for transport. He boarded the Lancastria with his toolkit still strapped to his side. He died with the ship, tools in hand, honor in heart. Born 25th March 1911, died 17th June 1940. Leonard Young came from a farming family in Somerset. He joined the Royal Pioneer Corps in 1939, helping to dig trenches, move ammunition, and fortify positions across northern France. Colleagues described him as soft-spoken and dependable, always the first to lift the heavy load. He boarded the RMS Lancastria during the desperate evacuation of British forces from Saint-Nazaire. When the bombs struck, Leonard was lost along with thousands. He never wore a medal, but the ground beneath the soldiers' feet was often his work. Born 6th of October 1907, died 17th June 1940, Frederick King was an experienced quartermaster from Norwich, handling weapons and ammunition logistics. Known for his attention to detail and gentle nature, He spent much of the campaign making sure no man lacked gear when it mattered. As German bombers closed in, he boarded the RMS Lancastria with the last of his team. He was reported missing, presumed drowned. His story, like many behind-the-scenes roles in war, was quietly erased. Until now. Born 19 April 1915. Died 17 June 1940. Walter Wright grew up in London and drove fuel trucks for the Royal Army Service Corps. A quick learner with a strong sense of duty, Walter ferried supplies through narrow French roads under threat of enemy fire. He was just 25 when ordered to evacuate. On board the Lancastria, he kept working, hauling crates and helping others settle in. When the bombs hit, Walter never made it to the water. His uniform bore no rank stripes, but his courage had no limits. Born 14 May 1906, died 17th June 1940, Donald Scott was an engineering sergeant with 15 years of service under his belt. Born in Aberdeen, he trained in demolition and river crossing operations. In France, he oversaw construction crews building makeshift bridges under fire. Calm and calculating, he was the anchor of his unit. He died aboard the Lancastria, his name recorded only in a list of the lost. But his legacy lived in the roads and crossings that helped save lives. Born 9th of September 1916, died 17th of June 1940, Raymond Green, a medic from Portsmouth, had served barely a year when the German invasion began. He treated soldiers in muddy fields and overcrowded barns, sometimes with nothing more than rags and morphine. Fellow medics recalled him whispering encouragement to the wounded, even as bombs fell. He died aboard the Lancastria while assisting an injured corporal to safety. His name is not carved in marble, but in the memories of those he touched. Born 3 March 1912, died 17th June 1940. Philip Adams, from Lancashire, was a wireless technician with the RAF. He kept communication towers operational as the Luftwaffe advanced. Philip was known for his steady hands and dry humor, even under bombardment. When his unit evacuated, he carried his equipment onto the Lancastria himself. His was one of the many lives silenced in that single hour. But today, his story transmits again, loud and clear. Born 22nd June 1918, died 17th of June 1940. Norman Baker was barely 21 when he enlisted. A farmhand from Dorset, he joined the Pioneer Corps to do his bit, as he wrote in a letter home. He was assigned to light construction and labor duties near Dunkirk. When his company moved south to board the Lancastria, Norman reportedly helped carry wounded men up the gangway. He drowned when the ship was struck. His was a short life, but full of silent bravery. Born 30th January 1905, died 17th of June 1940. Leslie Carter, a career non-commissioned officer, handled weapon supply for mobile British units. His job demanded discipline, accuracy, and a willingness to be invisible. Leslie was known for working through nights, ensuring frontline rifles were never empty. He died aboard the Lancastria alongside the very men he equipped. Though never celebrated, he was the kind of soldier war cannot function without. Born 5th of November 1917, died 17th of June 1940. Dennis Evans, a grocer's son from Manchester, joined the Army in 1939 and trained as a cook. He fed hundreds daily from a mobile field kitchen and was loved for slipping extra rations to homesick privates. His last letter home joked about French bread and how awful the tea was. When the Lancastria sank, Dennis was among the missing, a man who nourished others to the end, now remembered through words and warmth. Born 16th of February 1909, died 17th June 1940, Maurice Foster was a bridge technician in the Royal Engineers, responsible for collapsing structures to slow German armor. Born in Newcastle, he had a precise mind and quiet strength. As the retreat worsened, he led controlled demolitions that bought precious hours for Allied forces. He was evacuated aboard the Lancastria, never reaching shore again. He left no journal, no headline, only a gap where courage once stood. Born 18th of July 1916. Died 17th of June 1940. Brian Hughes was a young medic from Swansea, just 24 when he died. He joined the Royal Army Medical Corps with a calling to heal, not hurt. In the field, he carried the wounded from mud-soaked roads to makeshift clinics, often under fire. Fellow soldiers remember his calm voice and steady hands. On board the Lancastria, Brian was last seen tending to a badly burned engineer. He never made it off the ship. Though few records remain, those he helped never forgot him. Born 7th of March 1910, died 17th June 1940. Keith Jenkins, a veteran airman from Cardiff, had served in the RAF for nearly a decade. A respected non-commissioned officer, he trained younger airmen and kept morale high even during chaos. During the evacuation of France, he boarded the RMS Lancastria to escort several wounded RAF technicians. Witnesses say he gave his life belt to another man just before the ship was hit. His sacrifice wasn't recorded in war films, but it lives in the quiet bravery of men like him.